shills are coming in hard. One of whom, I got a message, I don't know, like a week ago, like, hey, what about Feldman? What about Corey? Like, he's saying, like, I'm like, leave him alone. He's been through enough. But, that all changed, okay? That all changed because Corey's coming at me. Corey Feldman, you are fake news, and you protect pedophiles like Steven Spielberg. Corey Feldman, you were a little bitch, okay? You sold people on false promises, and you're getting exposed now. I told people, leave them alone, but you know what? You come after me, it's war, okay? So, sorry. You were exposed. You were fake. Yeah, okay? Straight up. A lot of people looked up to you. They thought you were going to help, but you never did. You asked for $10 million to make a movie to expose pedophiles. You know what it takes to expose pedophiles? Pick up a smartphone and get on the internet. That's all it takes, okay? Yeah, and by the way, like, this is funny to me. If he's protecting these people, why aren't they paying him better? Okay? It seems like, they should be at least taking care of him. Corey's fake, okay? And that means everything Corey has said before is suspect. So we need to go back and look into what he's said, all right?
Dave, so Corey Feldman blocked you, huh? Oh, and welcome to the We Want Answers podcast.
Hey guys, welcome. Yeah, so Corey Feldman decided to block me. I don't know why. It was kind of unprovoked, but that was a video right there by the great legend Isaac Cappy, who woke up millions and millions of people to the sick satanic Hollywood agenda. What he alluded to there is Corey is a fraud. And we do need to go back and look at all the things Corey said and done in the past. And because I really want to unpack this whole thing and expose him for the fraud that he is. Because he really threw his friend Corey Haim under the bus after his death, among a lot of other things that we're going to talk about tonight. So yeah, let's jump right into this thing, man. Show that tweet. Yeah, we got the tweet up right here. He blocked me. It got a lot of traction right away. People are interested in this. There's actually some really good, valuable information inside of these replies here to the tweet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you know way more about this than I do. I'm here to just get some more information out and listen to what you got to say, man, because
I'll
this is
tell you,
intriguing.
man, it's been something that's bothered me for a long time. Because I mean, if people don't know who Corey Feldman is, he was the '80s actor, kid, megastar in the late '80s, early '90s. The Goonies, The Lost Boys. What else was he in, John? A bunch of movies like that were big hits in that early era.
I have no clue.
So super famous dude. He's making a little resurgence right now. He's on this Loserville tour with Limp Bizkit, where he's like,
Limp.
I guess, pretending to be some kind of musical talent. It's an absolute joke. I mean, it's we're gonna talk about that a little bit later.
Maybe find
This
some
guy's very
videos of that
deceitful.
shit.
Yeah, he's very delusional too, on top of deceitful. Corey is extremely delusional, and the whole Loserville tour is a great example of that. But let's get into some of the deceit that Corey has kind of like had in his future, not his future, in his past. John, you want to go through some of the accusations that he's had?
Yeah. Let's see here. So, what do we got on Feldman? He's made accusations, obviously, but you want accusations about him, is what you're asking me.
Yep.
Okay. Well, he was in legal and financial troubles. He's faced several legal battles related to his finances, been sued for unpaid debts, and has faced legal challenges related to the management of his career and finances. These financial issues have sometimes been linked to the controversy surrounding his attempt to fund his projects and advocacy work. So he did that documentary where he charged people on a pay-per-view to watch his thing called My Truth, The Rape of Two Coreys, and then claimed that the release was sabotaged by hackers, leading to technical issues that prevented many people from viewing it. All right, well, what do you think about that?
And then what? I think he had some sexual misconduct
Yeah.
allegations.
There was a former member of his band. This woman had claimed that Feldman had groped her. He denied
But
the
he had Corey and
allegations.
the Angels. Excuse me.
Oh, Corey and the Angels.
Yeah.
It was no criminal charges were ever brought up, but it just keeps adding to the controversy surrounding him. I'm not even going to bring up the drug arrest because it's just marijuana related, and that's irrelevant in my opinion. But I mean, do you want to add a marijuana
what about the
arrest to it?
stabbings he's had? He's had some fake stabbings, from what I understand.
Okay, yes. So he claimed that he was attacked. So this is in 2018 of March. He was claimed he was attacked by someone who opened the door of his car, stabbed him with what was described as a syringe or a knife. He taken to the hospital and later posted photos from the hospital bed on social media stating he was recovering from the attack. Feldman suggested the attack was possibly linked to his efforts to expose sexual abuse in Hollywood and hinted that it might be have orchestrated by a Hollywood pedophile ring to silence him. But
Sounds pretty crazy, right? I mean, that sounds like, whoa, like they got to silence this guy, man. Like he can't be out in the public saying this kind of stuff,
right.
right? Okay, but then what happened? Was there any evidence?
No, there was the LAPD later stated that they could not find any physical evidence of the stabbing. According to them, Feldman had no visible injuries consistent with the stabbing or puncture wound, leading to confusion and skepticism about the nature of the incident. Feldman responded by saying that the weapon used might have been a syringe or something similar to a visible wound, and he speculated he might have been poisoned instead.
So, yeah, this guy's a serial liar about everything under the sun, including getting stabbed. I don't know how you lie about getting stabbed. I mean, it's a quite obvious wound if you get stabbed. So, um, so this is just some examples of how full of shit Corey Feldman is. And I guess let's backtrack a little bit. I don't want to take away the fact that he may have been abused in his early career.
I'm sure he was.
Sure he was. I'm sure he was. But how many times do we see the abuser become, the abused become the abuser, or some sort of scenario like that where they take a really bad path? And I think that's what happened to Corey Feldman. And I want to go through and document some of the stuff that actually happened to his good friend Corey Haim. I guess you can call him his good friend. We can get into some of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so Corey Haim was an actor also who passed away. What year did Corey Haim pass away?
I'm not sure exactly.
Grab that. I don't want to be wrong on that date.
March 10th, 2010. He was 38 years old. Obviously, we know. As I said, he was ruled as a death by pneumonia. History of substance abuse, which may have contributed to his declining health.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, Corey Haim was an actor. He did a lot of movies with Corey Feldman. They were called the Two Coreys. They actually did this reality show that was towards the end of Corey Haim's life. I want to say it was around 2006. This show was going on. It was called the Two Coreys. Here's a little snippet of it, and it kind of just shows you the state of mind that Corey Haim was in. He was battling drugs his whole life, and this whole thing, I remember when this came out, it felt very unnatural to me. It felt more like Feldman was like pulling Haim in just to squeeze every last dollar out of him, even though he was like in a really bad shape. I mean, if this was your friend, would you bring your friend on a reality show to the world if he was struggling with drugs?
No.
been through
exploitation
uses. This
for
is
exploitation.
complete exploitation. I guess show this little clip here. This is from the reality show, the two
Even the
chorus.
even the still image looks like it's phony. Like it just looks all so fake. But
Yeah,
all right,
I
here
mean,
we go.
well, you're gonna see Haim here, unhinged. Corey Feldman looking pretty good.
All right.
Go ahead, play it.
Yeah,
That's my f***ing wife.
Yeah, so what, you back her up all the f***ing time?
Yes, I back her up all the f***ing time.
Because you're a child and you need somebody to train
Is
you.
that right?
That's what
Noble
you need.
husband.
We're a team,
A
okay?
team.
Yeah, a team.
Okay.
You don't have a team, so you don't have
Whoops.
Such a f***ing bitch.
Hey,
Look,
what the f***? Do not
accept me.
You guys.
You don't call my wife a
Look,
Stop.
you want to step?
Stop.
You want to step?
Guys.
You want to step? I will knock you out, kid.
Hey.
You don't want to do this.
It's not worth it.
You get that, right?
Stop.
You know this.
Get off,
It's
Susie.
not
Back
worth
up.
it. It's
Back
not
up.
worth
Dude,
it.
I will kill you.
It'll mess you up, dude.
Stop.
I don't know what the is going on with you and Susie, but I'm done with it. Do you understand me? And that's it. It's over, okay? You need to go. I need my time, and she definitely needs her time.
Okay, look. I'm gone.
So yeah, let me just kind of give you an example of what Corey Feldman's idea for this show was to show him as like, this
what
guy
nobody
that has
talks
it
about when it
together, a
comes to
nice
nobody.
family, and his poor friend Corey Haim is a drug addicted loser. And that's kind of the whole way that Feldman has painted Haim ever since his death. And kind of before his death, because this whole reality show was really crazy to me. I think we have another clip from the reality show of them arguing. And then just to bring some backstory to it, Corey Feldman released the documentary Isaac Cappy was alluding to, the $10 million that he needed in the beginning video. That video kind of alludes to what Feldman was releasing this documentary that he needed $10 million for, to name that Charlie Sheen had raped Corey Haim in the film Lucas. Why he needed $10 million to make that film is beyond me.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. I mean, if you watch the film, it doesn't do anybody any justice or anything. I mean, it's just a load of garbage. Corey Haim's mother refutes all of it, absolutely all of it, calling Corey Feldman a fraud and exploiting the situation to make money, and hiding the real abuser, who the real abuser was. So go ahead and play. This is from the two Coreys again. This was a really telling moment, I think, that maybe Feldman, I don't know if he wanted it out there, but it doesn't look good now. That's for sure.
All right. Before I play this, can I just ask you your opinion? Just from all the videos that you've shown me of this whole thing, like, to me, I can see that they were both abused. But somewhere down the line, Feldman was either paid off or threatened in a way, like he just, like, everything comes off as phony. And I'm not going to deny that he probably was abused as well as a child during all this time. But, like, the way he presents it versus, like, the real version of what it should be, like, Corey Haim, like, that's the one who doesn't seem like he's faking or reading off any script or.
Absolutely. And that's the exploitation that Haim's mother has been, beating the drum about, Corey Feldman and how he's made all this money off this, and really just painting his former friend in a really horrible picture.
Yeah.
But go ahead and play this. This
And,
is a
and
really...
we do have videos of that and info on that. We'll get there. But yeah, here, I'll play this. It's a little blurry video we found, but it still tells you all you need to see. So it's a 2-minute. Ask if you need me to pause it. Let me know.
Sure.
I can destroy you right now, and you know it.
Corey, I'm sitting
And
right here.
I don't need to
Go
do
ahead.
that. I don't have to do that.
Corey, I'd love to see you even attempt to do something like
Are
that.
you kidding me?
Do I look like I'm kidding you right
You're
now?
an easy target, bro.
I'm right here. Let's do this. I'm right here. Hit me with the hardest bull you got.
Now, why would I want to try and hurt you?
Corey, you opening up to the world about me having a knife in my pocket, and the reason I wear this, man, is like to cover up some scars I have, because like I used to cut into myself, because it's a way to feel. I hear, and like mentioning that, you just rip the envelope, man. I'll go you one better. You let me get around in my life, man, raped, so to speak.
Wow.
when I was about 14 and a half, and I'm saying this right now, by the guy you still f***ing hang out with, and tell me I'm 14 and a half, take responsibility. You know exactly what I'm talking about. What'd you do, man, when you saw that going down when I was 14 to me? What'd you do? You knew about it. Besides being his best friend, what'd you do? What'd you do? Tell us what you did, man.
I believe
Lines of cocaine with me. God bless you.
You want to talk about the truth? Okay, well, then let's talk about the truth. I was being molested at the same time by somebody else. What'd you do? What'd you do?
Talk to you about it.
You talked to me about
Yeah,
it?
sure. You told me while I was sleeping, this happened, this happened. I'm like, dude,
Right.
you weren't sleeping. Yeah, I was sleeping. Tried to talk to you about it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Were you sleeping?
I was awake, Corey. I was very aware what's going on with me.
See, right there, you can just tell one's acting and one's not acting.
Yeah, Corey Haim is shooting from the heart right here.
Yeah.
You know, you can tell that it's coming out of him, and Feldman is there just trying.
This dude's trying to
deflect.
remember lines.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more.
So I might take this to go.
Okay.
Would be the probably smartest thing to do.
And you know what?
Corey,
You want to
I'm
put all
gonna
that
get
shit
out
on
of
the
here,
table?
man,
You want about all
just
that?
put you in the ground, kid.
Yeah, okay.
Really, it's not
Okay.
good. Me around you is detrimental for my health, man. You're really, 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 really up in your head, kid. And I really don't want to be your friend anymore. I can't. It's not that I don't want to be. I can't.
Well, that's
And, you
what-
know, and think about that. You know, like because he knows that Corey Feldman put him in situations to get raped and to get taken advantage of. There's
Yeah,
all
that's
sorts
interesting
of
to think of.
yeah, dude. The Lifetime movie we'll touch on it a little bit later too. That Corey Feldman had made was absolutely just disgusting. It just painted Corey Haim as like some man whore, some child
Wait.
man whore.
Was the Lifetime movie was called A Tale of Two Corys, and the documentary he put on pay-per-view was The Rape of Two Corys.
Correct. Yeah, they sound very familiar, but yes, Corey Feldman made a lot of money off both of those.
Oh, he was involved with the Lifetime one as well.
Of course, yeah, of course.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
You know who wasn't involved in any of those was Corey Haim's mother. You know, actual family of Corey Haim.
Yeah. Do you want me to
So-
get some info on her?
This is Corey's sister, Carrie Haim. But let's watch the video of Carrie Haim talking about who the actual abuser was that Corey Feldman just didn't want to talk about because as Corey Haim alluded to in that scene we just watched, that he continued to be friends with the abuser. So
Okay.
let's find out who that is.
We know that my brother was abused by somebody, and we do know who that person is.
Right.
And that was that person, Dominic, whose his last name is escaping me, but he'll come back, Brasher. And he passed away a couple of years ago. We know that it's him. Like it was my mom walked in on a situation, right? And then and this is all public knowledge already. We know all this. My mom has spoken about it openly. And I know because not recently, obviously, I spoke to my brother about it. We know this. People want to believe that it was something that happened on Lucas. People want to.
So yeah,
Shit.
Dominic Briska. Is that how you pronounce it?
Dominic Brasha?
Dominic
Brasha?
Brasha. Dominic Brasha was a small-time actor. He became real good friends with Corey Feldman throughout his life. And he molested Corey Haim throughout his life. Probably molested Corey Feldman too, but we don't know that. We do know that he molested Corey Haim though, because Corey Haim's mother walked in on it, as we just heard his sister talk about. So this Dominic Briska character, Corey Haim, claims that he swore off in 1994, 1995, and was never
yeah.
friends with him again, right? Let's go back and let's see the actual timeline that Corey cut this guy Dominic out of his life.
All right, we got that video right here. And you guys can look this stuff up. It's not it's not hidden or anything. It's right on YouTube. But yeah, here we go.
We're just here to connect the dots for you.
Connect the dots, put it all together in a video. And yeah, so this is it's tying it all together for me, man. Like you definitely are down this rabbit hole further than me, but this is definitely interesting, especially when you're exploiting somebody like that. And it almost seems obvious at this point. But okay, I'll shut up. Here we go.
You're serious now. Like, you're not going back anymore. You're done with it. Like, you really don't like Dominic anymore. And he's like, man, you know, it hurts me that you're still friends with him. It hurts me that you're still hanging out with him. And that's when I told Dominic he had to get out.
There you go.
And I moved. I moved in 95. I got my own apartment. I kicked out Dominic, and I moved. I moved in 95. I got my own apartment. I kicked out Dominic.
Public records right
and that
there
was the
shows
last
he's
time I ever
lying.
hung out with him.
Soon after moving in with his...
Let's go
Play
back.
this whole thing. Play the whole thing.
Like
I will.
Dominic anymore.
I
And
just
he's like,
want
man,
to. I just want to pull up some of these.
it hurts me that you and I.
All right, so Corey Scott Feldman. Okay, so that's his
This
address.
is public records of his address where he claims, because he was living with Dominic in 1994, and he claims that he moved out, that Corey himself moved out, but which obviously isn't the case when he's still registered at the home.
Encino, California. Then we got same address, public records of
For
Dominic, 94 to 99.
So they're still living together. At this point, you know, Corey has sworn him off in 94, but not really.
So
And
just
it
these
goes a lot longer than this. We're gonna show you.
Yeah, you put the lies together and it just doesn't add up for good
So I
conversation.
mean,
about
like,
Feldman.
say your best friend was raped. Would you be hanging out with his rapist?
No.
Would you continue to be friends with him? Like, say you didn't even know it happened, and then you found out. Would you continue to be friends?
Not only hanging out, but they were living in the same place.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, and Corey's an adult at this point, right? I mean,
Yeah, they were kids in the 80s. This is 90. Yeah. All right, continue.
Apartment. I kicked out Dominic, and that was the last time I ever hung out with him.
Soon after moving
last time
in
you
with
hung
his
out with
father,
him, 94,
Corey
right?
met actor
Okay.
Dominic Brascia, who could not believe the
Make the
living
smaller so
conditions of
it's-
his new
all
friend.
right.
And he was living like in a slum. I mean, this was a terrible apartment. He wouldn't stop doing the coke. You'd sit there and go, Corey, you have a problem here. You're doing cocaine. And he's like, no, I don't have any problem. I don't have any problem.
I moved in 95. That was the last time I ever hung out with him.
Take your hand off my ass. And I said, no, that's not my hand. And she said, that's okay, it's not my ass.
2001.
Funny, huh? All right, thank you very much for the dream of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, I have to go. I know you're very sad.
So there they are together in 2001, hanging out, obviously doing business together.
Yeah.
So Corey
Dominic
Feldman-
Dominic Brascia's "My Life as a Troll," starring Corey Feldman. So was that like a?
not quite sure what the context of this whole project was, but it's very damning because in 2001, we're talking what, 6 years later, they're still hanging out after he knows exactly what Dominic did to Corey Haim. And we haven't even got to where Corey Feldman decided to get the two Coreys going, and this was a couple years after that. So yeah,
You're not sure, but the next guy, I know you've seen him already. You may have seen him.
95, and that was the last time I ever hung out with him.
I've got Corey Feldman here.
The song is the title track of the forthcoming album, which will be released in your stores August 6th. Please go pick it up.
2002.
What label? What label?
Former child actor.
Dominic Brascia was
Dominic.
mentioned in the album liner notes of former child actor. The song. Thanks to Dominic Brascia for decades of friendship and support.
So would you put? I mean, let me ask you, John. Would you put that in a record you made of if one of your friends was raped by that man?
Well, not if I was trying to cover up a lie that I told her years prior.
So Feldman's completely gone and delusional, man. Like he's a liar. We're establishing that.
Mm-hmm.
Former child actor. I didn't hear a label mentioned. Okay, here we go. Former child actor Corey Feldman and his band.
I forgot to drink your pee.
95.
You let me get around in my life, man. Raped, so to speak. When I was about 14 and a half, and I'm saying this right now, by the guy you used to hang out with, and tell me I'm 14, take responsibility. You know exactly what I'm talking about. What'd you do, man, when you saw that going down when I was 14 to me? What'd you do? You knew about it. Besides being his best friend, what'd you do? What'd you do? All is what you did, man.
It hurts me that you're still friends with him. It hurts me that you're still hanging out with him. And that's when I told Dominic he had to get out. 95. And that was the last time I ever hung out with him.
There are lawyers who would handle a case where a child had been molested pro bono.
I would love to see it.
Which means free.
Hey, people are watching right now.
And
They're welcome to offer their
truth
support.
is an absolute defense to any defamation case, and every victim needs to know this. Truth is an absolute defense to any defamation case, which means if you are telling the truth, you have nothing to worry about. Now, there's always a small risk that you might not be believed.
There's the truth and the truth.
I've told these names to the police. I've told the names to investigative reporters. Nobody's ever put it out there. They cover it up, they protect it. In fact, I know of a friend of mine that actually went and spoke to a reporter and gave all the information. And they were, the day before I launched my campaign, they were supposed to put out a story in the Inquirer. And they came to me for a comment, and I said, no comment. Let them tell their story.
But if you...
You know what's ridiculous is that we're talking about all these like deceitful things this guy's done when like maybe his original mission was to expose all this, but he went down the wrong avenues to do such a thing, because this just, dude, he just seems like such a phony.
Oh, he's beyond a phony. Beyond a phony. I mean, just like Isaac Cappy said in that video, he's a fraud. He's fake news. And I think this is what Cappy was alluding to, was a bunch of these allegations that we're showing you. Because we do need to, we like Cappy said, we had to go back and see what Corey actually said, and are we going to take him for his word on it? Because he's already contradicted himself a whole bunch of times about hanging out with the person who raped his best friend, Corey Haim.
God.
So, yeah, that's some pretty terrible stuff right there. And I think it's pretty damning and pretty obvious that, you know, Corey Feldman has been profiting off this destruction of Corey Haim's life and legacy, which is totally just terrible.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Here's did we play this one of Corey Haim dissing Corey Feldman?
Nope.
This is just to show you that, like, yeah, maybe they were friends because they were forced to do movies together, but they really didn't like each other. And for Feldman to continue and exploit him like this is just crazy.
All right, let's see.
It's all based on real emotions. All of it. Screw it. Here's why I'm pissed at Feldman. I mean, I'm not going to tell you the whole story. It's just he knew the whole time. I'm assuming I was in Lost Boys 2. It's already been aired. I'm not. So I had to produce that emotion about a half hour later, which I produced in the office off camera, you know. And I just had to breathe. And it was a bad day for me, you know. And until whatever ago, you know, there was no Lost Boys 2 without me. So to me, that's just a backstab. So I have issues right now. Another guy in the world named Corey, that's all. You know how it is when you have an old brother. You know, but nah, man, he's cool. I don't even think he knows there's a problem. Yeah, that's how messed up that boy is. I'm just tired of him right now, man. It's cool.
Yeah, that's how out of touch Corey Feldman is.
Dig in. Okay. MTV Live. Bam!
Dude.
Yeah.
No videos of Haim that we're pulling up show him acting like he's acting. Even the reality shows that he knows it's a reality show. Like, this dude is being real. Every video of Feldman we're showing is just like, dude, you are you reading off a teleprompter over there? That's what it seems like.
Oh, I mean, especially in that Corey's reality show where he was just trying to put Haim on full display of just, you know, making him look awful, which is just a disgrace to Corey Haim's legacy.
Damn, dude. What else we got on this scam artist?
So, yeah, we showed Haim's sister.
We got this article. Haim's
Yeah, so
mother.
she came out and was on the Dr. Oz show, and she named Dominic as the person that raped her son. And this, I want to say, Feldman was probably still hanging out with Briska at this time.
So she's saying that Dominic
Brasa,
alleged
sorry.
alleged that a 19-year-old Charlie Sheen sexually assaulted a 13-year-old Haim on set of the '86 film Lucas.
That's what Corey Feldman needed the $10 million just to tell everybody.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
but then she wasn't alleged it wasn't Sheen who abused, but it was Brasha himself. This guy Dominic is the guy that abused my son. My son said so.
So who are you going to believe? Are you going to believe Corey Feldman, who's a serial liar, or Corey Haim's mother?
Well, I don't know either of them, but from me on the outside looking in, I'm going to go
Corey
with the
Haim's
mother.
sister.
Mother
I mean,
and sister.
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious after showing you guys all that stuff right there about how this whole thing played out and how deceitful Corey Feldman it actually is.
And maybe Charlie Sheen was involved in stuff like
Charlie
that.
Sheen was spreading AIDS to his partners. I mean, he's no saint by any means.
Right.
We're not here to defend Charlie Sheen by any means at all. He very well could have raped Corey Haim. That could have very well have happened. But it doesn't excuse the fact of how Feldman has handled this whole thing for years. We're talking decades. Just completely, making money off it and really just being a complete scumbag about it.
Judy said Feldman introduced Haim to several people in Hollywood at the time, and one of them was Brasha. She claimed Brasha lived near them in Studio City and that Haim and his friends would often visit Brasha's home to watch TV and play pool. So that's where it all began.
Yeah. Yeah, and this was common. They also had this thing called the Soda Pop Club back then, and it was like the exclusive club for all the teens in Hollywood. And they'd all be able to go there without any adult supervision, and you can only imagine the grooming and all the sick stuff that probably went on there. And there's actually a lot of testimony of all the horrible stuff that went on there. And I believe Dominic was involved with that Soda Pop Club, actually. Him and a gentleman named Elfie Hoffman was, I believe, also the guy who created the Soda Pop Club. So it was just like a way to get their kids away from the parents, isolate them, and groom. And I'm sure, like I said, Feldman's probably been through it, but the way he's gone about the legacy of his good friend Corey Haim is just absolutely despicable. And I thought it was something that we needed to talk about tonight. It's been on my mind for a long time, and I think a lot of people kind of think Corey Feldman is just like this beacon of justice for pedophiles and stuff to go against the Hollywood pedophiles, but I don't buy it at all, because anyone in his shoes that got molested and went through all that stuff, they didn't come out the way Feldman did. So maybe Corey Feldman as a kid was really smart and cunning and knew how to dodge these certain situations, and that's why he's still relevant and still kind of with us today.
Yeah.
Because most of these other child stars are completely gone. Either dead, drug addicted, or just off the face of the earth. So yeah, man, that's what I really wanted to get into and talk about tonight.
We got this
I saw
one
he
too.
blocked me. What's going on here? What's this one?
This is him on The View.
Yeah, go ahead and play it. See if we can get some context out of it.
Yeah.
I'm saying that there are people that were the people that did this to both me and Corey that are still working. They're still out there, and they're some of the richest, most powerful people in this business.
Name the names then, dude.
What I'm saying
Where's
right
the
now.
pedophile ring? You just said Charlie Sheen, and then you said Dominic once your back was against the wall and there was so much damn evidence that you couldn't deny it anymore. But you still tried to say that you didn't see the man since 1995, which is a complete lie.
This is like the Flynn and Roger Stone thing with the list. Where's the list?
Where's the list? Yeah, produce the fucking list.
He says.
Are you saying that they're pedophiles?
Yes.
Barbara Walters.
Okay.
So yeah, man. So now Corey's kind of got a little bit of a resurgence right now. He's doing this thing called the Loserville tour, where he's touring with Limp Bizkit, and I think it's kind of more like a troll on anyone, and he's making a shit ton of money doing it. But I mean, he's making a complete ass of himself out there, going on stage and like pretending like he's Michael Jackson. But he's so fucking delusional that he may actually believe like this is like a real thing, and like people are there to see him musically and not see the shit show that he is.
Oh, they're there to reminisce about Limp Bizkit, and they're there to see the shit show that is Corey Feldman.
Yeah,
I mean, look at this. Oh, this is during a Limp Bizkit song. Shit.
Yeah, they bring him out from what I've seen. But yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. I know he's been accused of lip syncing and faking guitar solos on this tour, which is no surprise because he's a complete fraud.
Look, he hasn't blocked the We Want Answers
no, he
X
hasn't
page
figured
yet.
it out yet. I'm sure he will soon, though.
Yeah, this video somehow get to him.
Oh yeah, it's gonna make it to his people, at minimum.
His people.
His fucking drug runners.
God. But yeah, the
Yeah,
Loserville
I think
tour.
that's all, man. That's all I really wanted to touch on. I wanted to give people a good background of what the whole Corey Feldman, Corey Haim situation was, and why I think Corey Feldman is a piece of shit. And yeah, that's why I wanted to make this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. And John, thanks for helping it getting out so fast.
Yeah, man. Let's keep it rolling.
Definitely check us out on Rumble. We Want Answers. We're going to have all our videos on there. We'll have them here on X at the We Want Answers page, on the Isaac's Armies page. So yeah, just stay tuned. We're going to have a whole bunch of shows like these coming out weekly. So all right, guys. Peace out.
Thank you.